What up, YouTube, and welcome back to my channel, J-Dub's Garage. So this is actually, I'm filming this a little later after the reassembly, but basically the video we're about to dive into, this is the reassembly of the bike. Now I'm going to apologize in advance. Some of the camera angles and whatnot are not the greatest, so bear with me. Unfortunately, trying to get the camera in the spots that I needed to get it into was not really, it wasn't super easy. So, but like I said, we're going to do a couple of videos on this. This is the reassembly of the bike. And yeah, we're going to just dive into it. And I got a couple of different ideas of how I'm going to go about this, but let's just dive into the reassembly. All right, y'all. So first thing going back on is this little trim piece right here. This is for the vents on the bike. So should go in pretty easily, I think. Just kind of snaps in place there. And then this will be held in with 3 screws. They are 4mm Allens. All right, guys, I got those in. All good, nice and tight, no problems there. Next, I'm going to be putting in the actual headlight casing here. So this one we want to be extremely careful with. Oh. Oh, that just kind of popped right in there. Nice. All right. All right, so I got my bolts here. Let's go ahead and get these started. Okay. Now the two hex heads, these right here, they're going to go right here on the bottom here. And then these, you got the 3 up top. And 2 on the sides. Last 2. So these both go up top. Okay. And these are Torx bits. So there might have been a little bit of paint on that thread. Not a big deal. We'll just get her in there. T40 Torx bit. All right, guys, so I got this in. This bolt was giving me some headache. I finally got her in there, but this is good and tight. It's not going anywhere. All good to go. And guys, I'm not gonna lie to you, this looks mean. Oh yeah, that looks so good. So good. Alrighty. Well, that is basically the front fairing. Alright, y'all, so this one, front fender. So all I can really do with the front fender tonight anyway is I can get the headdress back on, and that's about it. I'm not putting this back on the bike just yet. So let's open this up. These are the 4 bolts that I need for the actual, you know, to put it on the bike. All right, here's my headdress. Okay, looking pretty good. And I already left the bolts in it. These are, I believe, 4mm. Yeah, 4mm. Okay, guys. So basically, you run the wire through the center hole, and then we're just gonna get these started. Okay, got the rear one started. And that's the front one. Easy peasy. Okay, we'll give those both a good crank. Okay, and now we got to run our wire here, which is going to require the use of our little thingy that we got here. All right, guys, so basically you got to put that little piece under here, and then this basically just weaves in here like this, and then you got to ultimately bring it up underneath here, clip it, and then this goes all the way underneath here. So that's how that works. Okay, guys, so basically that's the reveal there. Real quick, I'm gonna flash a couple of videos I took while it was in the process of being painted, and after the first stage, after the second stage, and then of course the final product there. So I'm gonna show those now. All right, y'all, so we are back at it. Tuesday today, so yeah, we're back at it with the rear fender now. Now for this, if you remember right, I took these wires out. I have new specialty zip ties from Polaris. Basically, that's what holds these in place. This holds this in place. We'll zip tie all that up here in a bit. The only zip tie I didn't cut was this one right here. I don't know if you can see it or not. I didn't cut this one right here for the antenna. That stayed in place because it didn't need to come off. So we are good there. Next thing we got to do is we got to redo our taillight assembly. So first thing we're going to do is we're actually going to, this is the light for the license plate. We're actually going to fold this back up like this, and we're going to zip tie that in place because that's how it was when I took it apart. So let's go ahead and get that done. I've got some zip ties here, maybe if I could find them. Yes, right here. There were 3 of them in there, so that's what we're going to go back with, are the 3. we basically just line these up like this. There's that little shaft there, and we're basically just going to fold this up, bring it out like this. Okay, so there's one. Okay, so I got that tucked up in there like that. Okay, we'll cut these. There's my little plug accessible, so we'll cut these real quick. Okay, all that's cut, zip tied up in there, nice and neat. The next thing we're going to do is we've got these 10mm here that have the nut inserts on them. You can see that. These are going to go through here like this, both of them, and they're going to go into the taillight assembly right here. So let's go ahead and get that on there. Make sure those little pop rivets seat inside there. That way there's no gap. Okay, both of them are seated. We'll give that a nice little crank. Make sure it's tight. That one's good. Pigtails in my way. Okay, that's all back together. Okay, so now we've got to run the wire here. Okay guys, so you have your connector there. The longer of the connectors goes to the further side for the turn signal, and this one, the shorter one, goes to this side for the turn signal. Okay, now you got to get your bolts started, so that's what I'm working on now. All right, get this lined up. All right, then we'll tighten that up. All right, that are those 3 bolts. All right, guys, now we got to put the license plate holder on there. So just follow the pattern of the holes. We're just going to get all 3 of these started just like the others. tight. Okay, and we'll tighten these up. All right, now that's on there. Next, I've got to figure out how I want to run this. So that's going to basically be right there. And then I'll just have to keep running it up. Okay guys, this is how I ran them. Just like that. Good and tight there. Should have plenty of slack here, so no issues there. Now I'm just going to cut all these ends, and that should be basically the rear fender. I still got to insert the nut, but we'll do that when we put it back on the bike. All right guys, and that's the rear fender. Looking pretty snazzy. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, I guess that means now it's time to start putting stuff actually on the bike, guys. That's pretty crazy. I'm not 100% sure where I should start. I can't redo anything with the bags yet because I still am missing a lid, and that should be ready for me tomorrow or the day after, and so that's going to go back on the bike. Those will be the last things to go on the bike. So I think where I'm going to start is probably going to start with the rear fender, I think. Start there. Actually, you know what? No, I need to put that panel back on with the crazy bolt. I'm going to put that back on first. Then I'll do the rear fender. Then the front fender, because the front fender's got to go on first because of the headdress light. And then I might go ahead and put the tank on. We'll see how far we get tonight. All right, guys. So this is me. Basically, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get every bolt started. I was very, very careful about pushing this up against that because you don't want to scratch anything. But just that right there, guys. Oh man, it gets me so excited. This is so cool. So let's get the bottom ones on here. Okay. Once again, I'm not tightening these yet. I'm just getting them started. If this is anything like my buddy's Victory. You need a little bit of moving around on here because these rear fenders flex. So. Okay, got that one started. All right, all those are started. Should be pretty well lined up. Now I'm going to tighten them. 10mm bolts. Those are all tight. Now for the bottom ones. The bottom ones are a 13. Okay. Yeah, definitely get all these started. It's way easier. Okay. And don't forget about your bolt here if you took it off, which I did. So that is going to be an Allen head. Okay, 6mm Allen for that. Okay, simple enough. See if you guys can see here. I'm hooking up some wiring back up. I put my tail light plug back in here. Okay, all good there. Okay, and my antenna plug is going back in. So that would be like that. Heard it click, and then we're going to tuck that back down into there. Easy peasy. Alrighty. I guess now, oh, one more thing I almost forgot. Okay, this push pin. This goes right here. Take that out actually. Shove this one in like that. Okay, and then perfect. That hole goes into your reservoir tank. Not such a big deal now. All right, guys, I went ahead and put the, I didn't film it because I thought the camera was rolling, but I forgot. Sorry. I put the side panel, the lower side panels back on. That one's super easy. Remember, it's just 4 rubber grommets you got to push into. This one's got the crazy bolt down here, the bolt there, and the lower bolt. But that's all tight now. And I must say, guys, this is looking pretty freaking sick. Oh, so happy. I love the way it looks. Oh, awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, I went ahead and also got the antenna reattached on there. So I've already done like several thousand videos on how to do that. So yeah, not doing it again. So next up is the front fender. This one's gonna be, I gotta be really careful with this one, guys. I gotta really pay attention to what I'm doing here. So, and I gotta run the headdress wire back up to here somehow. So I got an idea how I'm gonna do that, but I'm not 100% certain yet, but I gotta get the fender on. So let's get that on. All right, guys. We are gonna go ahead and put this front fender on here. Very, very carefully. Get the wire out of the way. Oh, hold on a second here. All right, guys, once again, I'm just getting all 4 of these bolts started before I tighten them up. Okay, that's 3. There you go. All 4 are started. Let's tighten them up. Okay, other side. Tight, and the last one. Alrighty, that is tight. Oh, how good does that look? Nice. Okay, next is going to be trying to run that headdress wire up here. So I got to think on that for a second. Alright guys, so here's my solution. I'm going to do the same concept that I used when I did the handlebars. I have taped this plastic covered cable. It was actually a dog chain cable thing. I taped it to the wire, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slowly run it up here until I get it where I need it. That's the idea anyway. Whether or not that happens, I'm not 100% certain, but that's my idea. Yeah, maybe not. Oh, it took a second try to get it, guys, but that worked. So now I just got to take all this freaking tape off. Okay, there's the first round of it. Now the second round of it. Alright guys, so now I'm connecting the headdress wire into the fairing area. And that's good and tight now. And now I got a zip tie. These yeah. All right, guys. Once again, I'm sorry. I thought I had the camera on, but I didn't. I got the tank back on. Now, you got to line this up right here, and I'll show you how to do that here in a second. The big thing is making sure all these hoses are out of your way. That vent plugs there. The fuel feed fits there, and there. And then make sure your wires are out of the way. That's all going to be covered here in a bit. So, the other thing we got to make sure we do is tuck these lines back up into just like that. There's a little clip under there. You want to make sure those wires, those lines are tucked up in there and they're not crimped. So I think we're good there. Next, the tank bolt. Okay. Putting the tank bolts on. From what I can see, this basically. Okay, so this goes in between. This right here goes in between.
I hope you're talking.
Okay, clean these tank bolts back in. Alrighty, not too shabby. Okay, I believe those are 6mm. Which they are. Tighten those up. Okay. Okay, and that is on there, guys. Heck yeah. Okay, next is going to be the cover here, which I just happen to have over here. Okay, so all my lines are hooked up. This little nipple right here has to go into that hole right there and then come back. So you got to be careful putting this on. Okay, so that's on there. Now, if you watched my prior videos, you guys know I got the finishing thing here. So let's go ahead and put that on. In case you're wondering what this is. So originally, it just came with this bolt here, and it just went in there. And yeah, a lot of people complained about it, said, it looks unprofessional, looks unfinished. So what they gave us was they gave us a new one with a washer, so we can, so yeah, you take the washer, and basically what you do, you put the washer on top of there like that, and we just screw this down, and I believe that is a 4mm. It absolutely is. And we just tighten this down. Okay. Okay. So that's how that goes. And then the finishing plate is just a magnet, and you just put it on there like so. Oh yeah, definitely looks nicer. I like that a lot better. Cool. That's all that is there. All right, guys. Oh, moments come. This is the only one I'm kind of nervous about, to be honest with you. Well, I was a little nervous about the rear fender, but it's all on here. Now I just got to put the front fairing on. So I'm going to go grab that. Oh. All right. Let's see if she'll go on as smoothly as I hope. All right, so we got those two nibbles to line up. she actually is lining up pretty good. All right. Like I said, if we get those little nips lined up, we'll be doing all right. Whoa, I think she's lined up. Nice. Ooh, she's smooth on both sides. Oh, wow. Oh, that looks so good, guys. Just wow. Alrighty. Bolts. Alright, guys. First bolts to go in are on the bottom here. So let's see if I can get that lined up. Wow, got them started. At least this side. All right. Now the other side. Oh. Okay, those two bolts on the bottom here, one there and one here, are both tight. Like I said, they're 6mm. Next ones are going to be for the fairing, or the fairing, moron. They go up by the speaker lids. We'll do one at a time here. Okay, right here, and then one on the other side. And these, I believe, are 4mm. And they are. So let's get these started. Let's get an extension on that one. Oh. Okay, that one's started. Now, before I do this other one, there's one right here. It needs to be tightened up inside the. Okay, well, so she's tightened it up. So let's do the other side. I'm gonna get a longer extension here. I want to get all 4 of these started before I tighten them up. All 4 of these are started now, so I'm just going to go ahead and tighten up all 4 of them. You want tight, you don't want excessively tight. Okay, there's that one. Next one up is here. All right. Oh, that's on there. All right, guys, reinstall the 3 screws. They are 6mm Allen. Now I'm gonna put the bezel and the grills back in on the grill. All right, headlight bezel should theoretically just go up in here and come up in here. It helps if it's not upside down. Okay, so that little lip's in there. All right, guys, that's the bezel. It is in. Now the grills. These just pop out and they should just pop back in. So bam, bam, right in. Okay, now this one. Oh yeah, right in there. Boom. I still got to put the rubber inserts in there. I'll do that here in a bit. But now I got to hook up the lights on the bottom of the bike. All right, guys, I got the lights plugged back in. So theoretically, this should all be good to go now. I want to make sure I got that wire in there. I think we're good. All right, guys, I'm not gonna pull any punches here. I'm pretty sure we can fire this up or see if she will fire up. I'm gonna prime the hell out of the fuel tank because there's not much fuel in there. I have some sitting there, but let's prime her up good. Make sure she's gonna be happy. All right, guys, we'll see if she kicks. I need to put a new battery in for this season, but I'm sure we'll be okay for just now. See if she wakes up. But she doesn't want to. Okay, so we're gonna take a quick pause right there. So that video basically showed that the bike would not start. I found out why the bike wouldn't start. Now, basically what it came down to was when we reassembled the when we put the new handlebars on, my brother and I did not apparently pay a close enough attention when we reinstalled the hand control on the power side, on the throttle side of the bike. And literally what happened was when we screwed that assembly back together, and I'm gonna post that video if you want to go back and watch the handlebar video in the comments and the links in my description. Basically what happened, we literally screwed through the power wire and it sawed in half. Now I have a picture of what happened, so I'm gonna flash that up now. Okay, guys, so once again, the power wire snapped. That's what you just saw in the photo. Now, a new harness from Indian is like $200. So I went ahead and got the harness because I was so upset because I thought we were pretty meticulous about making sure that we had all the wires right and everything like that when we did the install on the handlebars. But to be fair, that wire is so close quarter to that hand control there when it comes up through the handlebars that it after taking it apart and seeing it, I'm like, no, it was easily able to be overlooked. So anyway, yeah, so I was pretty upset. So what I wound up contacting a mechanic friend of mine and was like, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and say these wires are so little, I don't know if we can repair these or not. What do you think? So he came out and took a look at it, and we were able to actually able to fix it. He has some with solder connectors and waterproof connectors or whatever. He was able to do that, and he had a fine enough heat gun to basically shrink that into where it was flexible enough to where we can make it work. Now, I have the harness, so if for some reason that repair gives me any troubles, we're going to go ahead and take the bars off and we'll just replace the whole harness. But so far it's been holding. So that was where the video kind of really stopped on the installation. Now,
The next part you're going to see are the saddlebags. Okay, so I started putting the saddlebags back together. You're going to see this footage twice when I get the saddlebag lid, speaker lid installation video up, because a lot of it was the same thing. I went ahead and pre-wired the saddlebags to take the third connector. I mean, it all basically operates the same way on putting these bags back together, but I did use the three wire connector for the saddlebag speakers. Okay, so this footage will come off twice, kind of, if you want to look at it that way. But basically, we put the saddlebags back together, and then, guys, literally from there, we put the bags back on. I put the bag lids from Custom Dynamics back on, which there's a video for that already on my channel. And then we just literally put the saddlebag lids back on and put the side covers on and the seat on, and bam, she was back together. So that is basically why there's a little bit of a break in this, because we had to make this repair to that power wire. So once again, no issues with it since the repair. I do have the wiring harness in case it gives me issues, but it doesn't seem like it's going to. But I have that wiring harness, so that's where the break in the action came from. So this will basically be the saddlebag installation, and then you guys will see the final result.
All right, y'all, so we're going to start reassembling the bags now. So we got that. The speaker grills will not be ready just yet, so I'm going to do that'll be part of the speaker grill install video, but I have the original bags ready to go, so I can at least start writing. Might be another week or two before the other lids are sprayed and ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and just do this. So first thing I got to do is I got to get the wiring straight, because I've got all this still taped from the paint job and everything. So we're going to get all that removed and start getting all that back together. Okay, so we're going to redo the wiring now. I'm doing this while I'm doing the reassembly because I'm pretty much pre-wiring it for the speaker bag lid install. So we're going to, you guys are actually going to see this on that install video, which you're watching now. So, but I'm doing it at the time of assembly. The thing is, let me show you here. Okay, so you're going to have a couple of bolts that you have to remove in order to get this holder out of here. So there's these here, and I believe it's a 4mm Allen. So let's double check, make sure I'm right. And I'm right. So you're going to remove these here. These are not 4mm Allens, though. Those are, let me find the, so these are 3mm Allens, and these will be placed on the back side here, like this. And so you can see that's going to go through there and hold that holder in place. So I have those, these here, and then this here will be held in place by the speaker grill. So you're going to have to remove your speakers, and we got to replace this wiring harness with the new wiring harness that has the extra pigtail for the saddlebag lid. Speaker lid, sorry. All right, so those are out. Here's the harness. I'm going to keep these just so I have them, but you're not going to need these with the new wiring harness. See, like that, just work it in there so it's sealed on both sides, which that looks pretty good to me. And yeah, sweet. All right, now we have to put our, you got to run it back through here as well. That way it goes in through right here. And then we got to put our holders back in place. All right, guys, I'm not going to lie to you. This part right here was kind of a pain in the butt. Sorry, this right here was kind of a pain in the butt to get lined up with the hinge. So I got the hinge on tight and got this all up, ran the wiring up underneath here like that. Got to plug in the cigarette lighter. I believe the big one here, the big pigtail, I believe that's for the longer of the two. And the shorter one's for the smaller of the two. Okay. Next, I got to put the O-rings back in, which I have right here. All right, y'all. So this is the finished product right here. It came out fantastic. Don't mind it right now. It's filthy. I did definitely do some riding with it. We did a charity ride and the other day, and I haven't cleaned it. Like I said, I've got to get this thing out in the sun so you guys can get a better view of that paint. It's just gorgeous. But anyway, yeah, she is back together and it is good. I got my driving lights turned on. We're going to do another video of that here soon. So yeah, very, very happy with the end result here.
All right, guys, so that's basically going to wrap it up. You saw the final result. I'm not going to lie, with that break in the wire, it kind of slowed my momentum on getting this video out because I had to go through a whole bunch of clips and figure out what was going to be for this video, what was going to be for the saddlebag lid speaker video and all that stuff. So I apologize that it took longer to get this out than normal, but it is out. Now I'm going to probably do a quick version of this video. It's going to basically be the same video, but it's going to be just a quick version where it's just going to, you know, just probably have some background music and just really quick because this video is going to go a little long. But the bike is back together. I've put in probably about 400 miles on it since I got it back together. It's running great. The repair is holding up great. We did, I actually got caught in the rain the other day driving to the dealer because I had to get the, fog lights or the driving lights turned on from the dealer. They're on now, so I'm going to do another video on those now that those are turned on with my opinion on them. I also have to go back to the dealer to get the bass boost on the new audio, so I don't know if I'll have the new saddlebag speakers in yet or not. Those are being painted as we speak, so within a week or two I'll have those back. And like I said, guys, I'll do a video on the installation of those. So yeah, but anyway, guys, I appreciate all the subs. Keep liking, keep subbing, keep sharing these videos. Like I said, I really do appreciate it. Getting a lot of good feedback, and it's all because of you guys, so I definitely appreciate it. I want to keep bringing more videos to you guys. I got a couple of more videos that I'm anticipating that I want to do. So, like I said, leave me a comment below if you have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, anything like that. I try to get back to everybody in the comments I can, and like I said, guys, you're awesome. Keep it up, guys. I'm really happy with how much progress we've made on this channel in the last year. So anyway, till next video.